Sabs, the founder of House of Tresor Fashion Academy, London. Today we'll be looking at how to take body measurements. We all know that it is very, very essential to be able to take accurate body measurements so that we'll be able to achieve the desired result once our clothes is finished or once our dress is finished. If you take a wrong measurement, it's going to result in a wrong output. Okay, so today I'm going to be showing us how to take an accurate body measurement. Whether you're taking it for your client or your customer, or you're taking it for yourself, if you're taking your own measurement, try and find somebody to measure you so that you'll be able to get an accurate result from that, or accurate reading from that. Alright, so we're going to be starting today to take the body measurement. I've got my body form here, a mannequin here. But before I start, we want to find out where the natural waist is. People have different ways of wearing their clothes. Some people like to rest their skirt here. Some like to rest their skirt here in the natural waist. But it doesn't really matter where you want your skirt to start from. It's still important to take the natural waist measurement. So for us to be able to find out, I'll be tying this ribbon in the natural waist of the mannequin here. To find out what your natural waist is, it is the smallest part of your upper body. If you bend to one side, the place that goes inside, the place that bends in is actually your natural waist. It's about 1 inch from your belly button. So I'll be tying this ribbon to be able to serve as a guide for us when taking the measurement of the mannequin. So I'll tie this right here. Tie at the back. Okay, now we have our natural waist on the mannequin. So to get started, I'm going to be taking the measurement of the front part first, and then I'll go to the back. I'll start first by taking the bust point measurement. When I label it, for you to be able to remember, just say shoulder to bust point, shoulder to waist, shoulder to hip, to be able to for you to be able to identify and remember what the measurement of the point that you've taken. So I'll start from the shoulder, the middle part of the shoulder here, and I'll be taking the measurement of the bust point. That's shoulder to bust point. You know, where the fullest part of your bust, of your chest. So that is 11, or 10 and a half. Yeah, that is 10 and a half on this mannequin. Okay, and then we'll take from shoulder to waist measurement. That is a waist length measurement, and that is our waist. Our measurement says is 16 or 16 and a half. I do take my measurement in inches, by the way. I think I prefer it to centimeter. Okay, so that is 16 and a half is our waist. And then the next measurement I'll be taking is the shoulder to hip measurement. That is hip length measurement. So from the shoulder point, from the shoulder, middle of the shoulder, straight across to our hip, or wherever the length of the blouse wants. If you want the length of the blouse to just be here, you take that measurement as well. So for this mannequin, it's going to be 24. All right. So we take that measurement as well. Now the measurement next one we'll be taking is to be able to identify where our neckline will start from, or where for the purpose of drafting the pattern, where the neckline, normal neckline, will usually start from. So it's going to be here. I will take the length measurement from that point up to the waist, which is 13. When we measured from the shoulder to the waist earlier, it gave us 16 and a half, or 16. And then the measurement from here up to our waist here is giving us 13. So when you're drafting your neck, you know that you're taking away 13 from 16. Okay, now we've taken that measurement, or we can also, if you're doing a straight blouse up to the hip, we can take that from that point to the hip as well. Now we're going to be taking the measurement of, if it's a dress that we are making, we take the measurement from the waist, from the shoulder point up to the length that you require for your dress. From that point to the length of the dress, it could be knee length, it could be ankle length. It could be, you know, a very long dress, depending on where you want it to get to. So for the purpose of this demonstration, I'll just be taking that up to 42. That is our measurement for that. Now we'll go to the back of the mannequin. Right. Because our front part is different from our back. In the front we have the curves of the bust, the curves of the chest. In the back is kind of flat, but then we have the curve of the bum here. So that's why it's very important for us to take the measurement from the back as well. Now we'll do the same thing that we've done in the front, from the middle of the shoulder to our waist. Yeah, here is 16. From our waist, from the shoulder to waist is 16, and then from the shoulder to hip we've got 25 here. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing from the nape of the neck, middle of the neck at the back. We'll take that measurement as well up to the waist, and here is giving us 14. If you remember, in the front we got 13, so the difference is 1 inch. So from that up onto that, and then we'll take the length of the up to the hip, and then length to where you want your dress to get to. Now, if you were measuring for a skirt, this is our waist. You start from that, yeah, on your natural waist to the length where you want your skirt to get to. For this one is 25. But then some people like their waist, their skirt to rest here. I prefer mine to rest here, but some people prefer to rest on the upper part of their hip. So we're taking that measurement as well. That is up from there. So that is our waist. Yeah, 4 inch, and then we measure from there to the length of the skirt, which gives us about 22. Alright, so we're taking that measurement. If it's a long skirt that you're measuring, but usually I take it from the natural waist anyway, and then when I'm drafting it, I just deduct that from where you want the skirt to start and adjust it from there. And then the next one you'll be taking is the measurement of your waist to hip. So that is waist to hip, the fullest part of your hip at that point there, 10. Alright, now we are done with the length part of the measurement. We're going to be taking the circumference or the width part of the measurement, which is equally important. Now, what I usually start from, I measure from shoulder point to shoulder point, both in the front and at the back. So you measure from shoulder point here to that place, and you measure the same thing from the back up to that point. Okay, now I'll measure from armpit to armpit, so that when you are drafting the shape of our armhole, we know where to do that from. So from there up to there. Alright, that gives us 13. Now the next measurement will be the full part of the bust measurement, which is a bust measurement, the bust circumference. So you go all around. Make sure when you're measuring that it's not too tight and it's not too loose. Just allow it to rest snugly on the body. You know, allow it to rest snugly on the body. And that is the fullest part. Where your breast is largest, that's where you measure. Okay, and that is 37. One end should be able to go into the tape measure. Alright, and then the next one will be our waist measurement. Same thing, the tape measure goes around the waist to where we have identified as our natural waist, and that gives us 29. Okay, allow the tape to just rest and fall naturally, and not too tight and not too loose. Now we'll take the measurement of the hip. Hip is the fullest part of where your bum is the largest, you know, the widest part of your hip area. You take the tape measure and measure around that. For the mannequin, it gives us 39. Now, depending on where you want your skirt to start from, if you want your skirt to start from there, like we said earlier, you need to take the measurement of that point as well. You need to take the measurement of that point as well, and that is 33. Okay, so we've taken the measurement of our circumference. Depending on the style of the skirt, for instance, if you want it tapered and then fish out, like fishtail skirt, I usually take the measure, the circumference of the knee area. The knee area, and then ask the person I'm measuring to take a work so that I will know, I will be sure it's not going to be too tight when I'm finishing of the fitting of the dress. Or I can actually do that during the fitting of the dress. If you're measuring trouser, something for trouser, you need to measure the thigh as well, each thigh separately, and then the length of the trouser as well. Now, the next one that I'm going to take is one that is also very important, and that is the bust span. We call it bust span, and that is the space between here and here. The 2 points between the two breasts of a woman. So that is from there up to there, and that is for the purpose of where to know our dart, where our dart is going to be resting on. So from that point to that point is our bust span. Now the next measurement is our shoulder and sleeve, and the arm. But the mannequin doesn't have an arm, so we just make do with that. So I'm going to be measuring from that point to that point, where the shoulder moves, yeah, to that point. That gives us 5. And then from this point, I will ask the person to stretch their arm, and then I'll take the measurement to the length that they want on their arm. Something like that. To their arm. If it's a long sleeve, yeah, if it's short sleeve, or if it's 3/4, depending on the length that they require on the style that you are making for them. Okay, so I've done the measurement of that. Another important thing is to take the measurement of the bicep, the fullest part of the upper arm, so that your sleeve is not too tight and is not too loose. So all you do is just go around like that and take that measurement. Okay, I hope I've been able to cover everything. Oh yes, before we forget, take the measurement of the circumference of the neck as well, depending on the style that you are making. So I'll be taking the measurement of this neck circumference, and that gives us 16. I hope you've been able to learn how to take your own body measurement. So pause now, find somebody that you can practice on, because practice makes perfect. The more you watch this, it doesn't really make any sense if you don't practice it. So go find somebody and take their body measurement. If you like, and drop me an email to let me know how you're getting on with that. Measuring tape is all you need to be able to take a body measurement. I'm going to be stopping here today, and I'm going to be catching up with you again very soon. If you have any question, drop us an email or contact us through our website. We'll give you every information that you require. If you're interested in learning how to sew, how to cut, how to make dresses, or work from home in your own business, House of Treasure is the place to be. We have started enrolling people, and so that you'll be able to get along and come on our courses. I tell you, you will not regret that you do that. One of the best things to do is to be able to acquire new skills and get an extra income or additional income coming for you. I hope you've been really benefited from this session today. I hope to speak to you again soon. Thank you.